Hello, my relatives. So here we go again, starting into another beautiful week. So remembering yesterday, Oshlachuch Kanil. So we got to harvest in that last story to come this far. It's like, oh my goodness, look what we got in our basket. Look what we've been preparing our lives to today, for today. Juntoch. What is the gift? What is it that we are recognizing and acknowledging that is a gift to us? And what we have to give for it, like a give and take. If we breathe in and then we breathe out, we just got a reflection that we were given a gift of life. And then we breathe out death. We don't need it anymore. We can't hold on to it. We got to let it go. We have to move on to the next gift of life. We got a evolution from that old breath. And so Juntoch is going to take us all the way to 13 Imush. What are we going to do with that gift? One of the gifts we were given was intelligence, so to speak. And the intelligence to know, supposedly, between right and wrong. But with that, as we, in Juntoch, we created a gift, but also we created a payment for it. So that our breath out is the payment. Give it back to the trees with consciousness, with gratitude, because that is going to be again transform and change, and then give it back to us as healthy oxygen for us. And so in life it's like that. We give and we receive. But in our awareness is to ask permission to acknowledge that beautiful gift, even though it's here. The Creator says, here's your life. What are you going to do with it? So now in the middle of this is Wuku Tzikim, 7 Tzikim. So the Toch becomes beauty, becomes maybe a reward if we think that we do good, we're going to receive good, kind of like the natural law. If we create negative things, we're going to create karma, things that we have to pay back, things that we're going to have to look and was this the right vision for this? Are we using the proper way of using like resources, or are we wasting them? Are we kind of using up the inheritance to the future generations? So this is the things we're going to be thinking about it in this 13-day week. So 7 Tzikim comes in and says, let me show you what your gifts are. So that's what we going through, like the meditative state. We go through Vision Quest. We go through the trainings. We go through the preparations. One, to again reconnect to that which we are grateful for, that which we love, and that which we want to become a vision to be crystallized through this world, through our experience of life. Because the very 8 days from now is Wakshakiyachmak, 8 ancestors, the 8 relationships, the 8 threads that connected us with the previous generations. So the gift starts to become the vision. Achmak is the action of healing that ancestry, the DNA inheritance of what all that it comes from our ancestry. But do we have to accept it all? Do we have to, receive it all? No. We've been given it, but now we can choose to see if we want to continue that behavior or that, or to find a healing through the inheritance of some of the things we've been given. So Eid Achmak starts to say, okay, we gotta look at what our ancestors did. Is it something we want to continue? So traditional ways is that we will continue ceremonial, we will continue praying, we will continue teaching, we'll continue some of the things because they work, because they're not intrusive to the earth, because they add to good relationships, because we find that these gifts are spiritual in base, not of greed, not of lust, not of turmoils, but we start to search for what's it going to take to get over, our inheritance, some mistakes, some not knowing because we didn't know, a bunch of conditions. But in Wakshakiyakmak, we start to decide, is this what we want? This how we want our world to be when the kids grow up, and if there's no more resources, do they have a good life? We got to think of those. So Belechem Noch, 9 days from now, that gift that starts today can birth into wisdom. 9 Noch. What is it we want to birth that was given to us in 7 Sikkim? So we say, crystallize your visions. And then 13 Imosh at the end of this week is to be creative, know what we got to do. Know what is our plan. Know what is the goal. What is our intention. So to be clear, to be concise, to be dedicated towards it, and to work at it. It's not just to think. This is a birthing process. This whole week is about, can we recognize that beautiful gift? Can we know how to receive a gift? Then, does it fit with the spiritual purpose? Does it serve in gratitude to my ancestors, my elders, and would it help my children, our students? And can we birth it, make it happen? So from the gift, from visions to crystallize to everything that has to be to get it to find the solutions to our complex relationship we have with the earth right now and all living things. So we have a very, very strong, a lot of work ahead of us. And right now, that's why we're doing this, to making aware that those who take the time to train, to learn, to care for, this is what we've been sharing for a lot of years now. Something that it works with millions and millions of people. And with it, they are in balance and harmony. They are moving forward into reminding the human family that we need to shift and change, that we need alternatives to this crazy world that they've created. And some of us been forced to it. We can't really separate it without making the shifts and the changes to it because they won't allow us, right? So we'll work with the system, but we'll work towards finding different solutions. I don't need to build a house for the stick and mud and paper, like what they do now with the sheetrock and materials that are very, very toxic to even live in or manufacture or create. That there are alternatives. They're natural. They'll be stronger. They won't burn as easy. They'll last longer, and they're better for the control of temperature and environment. That's finding what will work. So that's in 13 Imush. So I'll see you on the other side. And enjoy it, because this is a week of realization. Your gifts, your vision, crystallize them, make them happen, and enjoy. Aho.